Hi everyone, welcome to Comp 3121 and Comp 9101. My name is Stephanie, I'm one of the course admins, and this term we'll be using Formative to complete the task for your portfolio assessment. You will be manually enrolled to the Formative courses, usually within 24 hours of enrollment, and you can access Formative either at formative.csc.unisw.edu.au or via Moodle through the link here. So on the Formative site, when you click on the Comp 3121 or 9101 course, you'll be taken to a dashboard. On the left-hand side, you'll see the tasks to be completed throughout the term, and on the right-hand side, you'll have your progress dashboard. On this progress dashboard, you'll see the target grade option. This is where you'll set your desired grade for this course, which you can do by clicking on the drop-down input and selecting a grade level. The marks you receive for your portfolio assessment is dependent on how many tasks you complete per grade level, but broadly speaking, completing all the tasks up to a particular grade level will mean that you'll earn that grade, with pass and credit level tasks being quicker and easier to complete than distinction and high distinction level tasks. For example, you'll need to complete all the pass and credit level questions to get a 65% for that portion of that portfolio assessment. If not all tasks are completed for a grade level, you'll be then graded on a sliding scale. So it's important that you set your grade target appropriately, taking into account the workload and the depth of learning you want to undertake in this course. You are also able to adjust that target grade at any time throughout the course via this dashboard. Also on this dashboard, you'll see your burn down graph and your task status graph. The burn down graph will show how much work you have completed, but note that we will continue to add tasks as the term goes on, so it may not always be accurate. The task status graph will show the status of all the tasks you have, but we will go into more detail on that later. So on the left, you can see all your tasks. As you can see, they are all numbered 1.01, 1.02, etc., which denotes which module they are related to. They also have a grade level associated with them, so pass and credit, etc., as well as task codes. So these task codes correspond to the different types of questions that we have. So these are the task codes that we'll be using throughout the course. Discussion tasks will have a D next to them, and they'll require you to initiate a text conversation with your instructor in the sidebar. Moodle tasks will have an M next to them, and they'll require you to complete a learning activity on Moodle, usually a quiz. Regular tasks will have an R next to them, and they'll require you to submit a PDF document, while LaTeX tasks will have an L next to them, and they'll require you to submit a PDF document and the LaTeX source code used to produce it. Some tasks will also be a checkpoint task, and they'll have a C next to them as well. To get a checkpoint task marked as complete, you must either discuss the task with an instructor during a lab or complete another checkpoint task in the same module. Now, when you click on a task, you'll reach the submission screen. On this screen, you can download the task sheet, which will be the spec for the question, and to help you with the task, you'll be able to find task resources on Moodle. These will be a folder of LaTeX templates for every task in a given module. In order to submit, you'll need to set the status for the question. By default, it is set as not started, but once you have started, you can set the status to working on it. This will let your tutor know that you are working on the question, and when you are ready to submit and get feedback, or if you need help, you can set the status to ready for feedback or need help respectively. Both of these statuses will allow you to submit your solution and get feedback. So for example, if I was ready to submit, I would set my status to ready for feedback, and this submission screen would pop up. I can then drag and drop any PDF document I want into the pop-up and then press next. I can add any comments that I want and then press upload submission, which will send the document off to the tutor for marking and for feedback. After you submit a task, your tutor will give you feedback as soon as possible. When given feedback, your submission will be assigned a status and you will be given some written feedback in the sidebar. If your tutor feels as though they are happy with your work, they will mark it as complete, but you may also be asked to resubmit. There are two scenarios here. First, if your work is on the right track, it will be given a resubmit status. And second, if your work is off track, it will be given a redo status. Either way, tutors will provide you with feedback in the sidebar here. You can use the sidebar here to send a message to your tutors, either by sending a voice recording or just by typing a message. You can also use emojis, or you can attach images and videos or files to your message. So start dates for each task will align with when the module that the task relates to starts. But of course, you can go ahead and start the task at any time you feel comfortable. Each task has an associated due date, which is at the end of that module. There is a grace period of a couple of days where you can continue the submission and feedback process normally, but after that you can only submit, but you won't receive any further rounds of feedback unless you ask for it during an in-person class. You can, however, request an extension within Formative by pressing the Request Extension button on the relevant task without the need to apply for special consideration. So you can request a 1-week extension and by filling out a reason and pressing the Submit button. Finally, if you change labs throughout the term, you'll need to manually update this via Formative. You can do so by clicking the Dashboard button in the header and going to the tutorial list. There you can enroll in the correct lab. So thank you guys all for sitting through this video. We hope that you enjoyed this course. If you have any other questions about Formative, please make sure to ask them via the class forum.